Hi everyone, it's Adrian Leah. This is going to be a quick reading. I am always filming late, but I'm filming later than when I would do the usually do the readings because I feel like I like having a specific time frame of when I read and not because I have other things planned when I don't read, but I tend to like to read around 12 to 3. So I was doing some coursework and we have another section of the coursework. I'm going to start pulling out the cards that maybe it takes longer than it should for me because when I write stuff, I write like paragraphs at a time. Like, I feel like I have no chill when it comes to writing responses for things. So, and then when I read, I tend to take my time when I read. And I mean, I try to pace it when I can, but I want to make sure I could grasp the concepts. And, oh, I have done something that was super like, um, well, I think it's great because I feel like it helps with my food journey. I've been changing, not changing, but I am finding um, tasty but healthier recipes. I've been also making more Ukrainian food, and I do really like the um, like base ingredients, like things that you might have in the cuisine. And today I tried the lactose-free latte for the first time. It's like you can use it in place of cream cheese or like tahini. It tastes like cream cheese, but it's like a texture of sour cream, I would say. Um, and just to say I did a reading for myself. I'm not gonna read the whole thing. I'm just saying that like the Sun and Moon came out again, and I've used this deck a couple times, and so did the Queen of Pentacles in here. So I feel like they're solid messages that are coming up consistently for me. And so um, I was using the latte because when you do mac and like vegan mac and cheese, a lot of times you see recipes that have cream cheese in the or I don't know if it's like in a replacement of the cream cheese, but some people use sour cream, and they add it to the mix, like the cheese mix. And so I have this dairy-free Parmesan cheese from Trader Joe's in the fridge. I didn't think it tasted bad. It is super salty. Um, I feel like noticeably more than regular Parmesan. And I feel like I chose Parmesan because, um, well, in general, if cheese is aged to a certain time frame, there's little to no lactose in it. And even, and there's that, and then Wegmans has like I feel like it's a plant-based Parmesan, and it's like a different form of it. Well, it's more of like the one that you top on and not like something that is like a melted type of cheese or melty type of cheese. And that's like my favorite. They don't have a Wegmans in this area. And so I I don't mind the Parmesan cheese that I got, but I didn't really use it because I was like, I don't know what I'm going to use it for. But I had like leftover bread in the fridge, and I was like, maybe I'll just try it with the latte. And I hope I'm saying it right. If I even remember, it's like a Mediterranean spread, or um, it's like a white spread. And hopefully, well, if I don't say it correctly, I'll just say what it is in the next video. Um, and it gave the cheese the tanginess that you would find in cheese, and I was really happy with it, and it was like super acceptable and tasty for me. So I figure, since I'm not really missing a lot of meat right now, I eat chicken here and there, mainly for like my cabbage stews. But other than that, I haven't really been getting too much chicken because of my cabbage prices. I like all types of cabbage, but I usually get the one cabbage that's like expensive, and now I don't think I'm gonna get it. And I don't mind getting, again, I don't mind getting the other cabbage because I like it, but I was just like trying to see if I could get a cheaper price for it. Um, and I already don't eat beef or like red meat. I was a vegetarian in high school, and then when I moved out on my own, I ate chicken and fish. And I haven't really been getting fish because of the prices of groceries. So, I do like it, but they have this like baked watermelon thing that I'm really curious about trying. But I think I'm going to make mac and cheese today because I have all the ingredients to make the mac and cheese. I don't have a lot of cheese on me, but I don't think I'm gonna make a large batch anyway. It's just gonna be like for maybe a meal or two. So, um, and I really enjoy making jams. I really want to make a peach jam. Maybe that's a note to self for future um, creations, food creations. The sun came out in this reading too, along with the Emperor with Major Arcana. This I pulled out the Hutzel Tarot as like the main cards for the reading. Let me move my mouse. Uh, but the schoolwork took a while to get done. So, because I try to think about like the time that I have, but I also don't want to like short myself if I feel like I want to add more to it. I feel in my heart I still have my aspirations to be a writer, but I don't mind being in pharmacy. There's strong major arcana cards here. Like literally, like you have the strength card in the future. The obstacle major arcana is the devil, but there's two sun cards in this reading. So I feel like this is so telling. I'll turn over the other cards. There seems like a proactive energy and almost like a balancing act. And it does look like learning curves because with the Page of Wands or pages in general, they tend to be more of like the learning type of student archetypes. And then hopefully you can see the cards. Um, then you have the Two of Coins here, and you see that the person is like balancing on a coin. It feels like somebody is trying, or like a person or society is trying to have money. Because these cards here don't feel like they have money, but it seems like it works its way up to get money. And based off of like the Sun card and the Strength card, you could really link it to Leo energy because the Sun associating with Leo and then Strength is the card of Leo. You have the King of Pentacles, King of Coins, with the Knight of Pentacles, Knight of Coins as they're the present cards. It also feels like energy of making room. It's like for some reason it's like things getting piled on and it feels something more physical, like literally physical over something that's like it's learning, but at the same time, I feel that there's a lot of like physical things that could come into this too. I don't feel like the knight and the king are necessarily I'm getting also not on the same page, but they're within the realm of the suits. This is the coin suit, the pentacle suit. So there could be the ideas floating in the I mean, you could call them abstract ideas, and if you have long-term and short-term goals, there might be like the energy of negotiation there to try to come up with like some con contractual agreement, if you will. For some reason, I get like grubby, money hungry type words, and it's not like the nicest words, so I don't know. Like I was kind of hesitant to say something like that, but there just seems to be either that or like a grumpiness to it. It's almost like as if, because the Knight of Coins, if we're thinking about age, we don't have to. Maybe it could be like a teenager asking the dad for money or like asking somebody that is um like in the job world higher or on a different level on the social ladder. Just a lot of grumpiness from this King of Pentacles. And it could also associate with the Devil card that's in the obstacle because that's linked to Capricorn. And I don't want to, well, I don't know. In general, I don't want to say that Capricorns are bad signs. They're just like the sign that's associated with that card. And again, I don't feel like there's any bad cards in the reading. I'm going to start, well, I'll turn over other cards too. But the last card from the Hutzel Tarot that I didn't show is the past Four of Swords. And when I said that, it was almost like shh, like it was like don't say anything, which is kind of like linking to the Four of Swords, because the Four of Swords is kind of like a sleeping energy, if you will. Traditionally on the Rider-Waite-Smith card, you have like somebody laying down, and there's like laying with a sword. It's almost tombstone-like. And I would say with the strength card, there is that type of interaction. Again, traditionally and on this card too, there is a counterpart that goes with the strength card. Like there's a human that's on the strength card along with the lion, and you could think of it as like their companion or themselves. There's something that could even be like the reflection. So I feel that sometimes in order to give reverence to a situation, we give as much effort as we can to those who put in some effort to help us. Now, you could gauge and see where that lies with you. If you feel like this person's genuine or not, if there's something that just seems like they feel like it's the right thing to do, or they do it because of saving face and they need to do this so that they don't gain any unnecessary enemies for that matter. And it's like a strong, kind of aggressive words for this reading. So there might be strong conversation for it because with me as a Libra, and I guess as a person in general, I don't want to keep saying like, oh, I'm Libra, so I do this and that. But I feel like we're like walking karma, and I feel like I want to do the right things in life, but at the same time, I feel like I don't want to um I mean, I like to try new things, but I don't want to go out of my I want to stay within my lane respectively for certain things. Um because sometimes I feel that if you go off and just start biting people's ankles and being an asshole, I feel like the universe just uses you as an example. Like there's something that makes it seem like, or maybe in life, something that puts you on a specific path. And I guess for me, my path seems linear in some way, but at the same time, I feel like I go here, I go there, and it's like a bunch of those types of adventures. But um, there just seems like a lot of vocal things going on here because you have the King of Wands. I mean, it's fire energy in this deck at least. And then you have the Ace of Swords. And with this hand, it's almost like I'm getting like whistleblower, like somebody calling somebody else out for like certain things. It could be like just opening conversation. And the type of conversation that comes out is something that's more like direct. And the King of Wands is associated with Leo energy, and you're getting a lot of Leo energy for this reading. I don't feel like it's the King of Coins. I feel like it's actually the Knight of Coins, as if they're trying to, again, with the Page of Wands and the Two of Coins, find their way to get on a different level on the social ladder. You have the Eight of Pentacles with the Five of Cups. And it really does feel like plowing the fields type of energy, but not exactly getting the results that we're looking for. I'm not saying it's a failed harvest um, at all, because the Five of Cups is one that's saying that it's not as bad as it seems. It's almost like an exaggeration of emotions. When you feel like something is happening and then your emotions are taking it that much further. But I feel like in the reality of things that this does feel like it doesn't, that feeling and that type of energy and that type of harvest doesn't last. Like you maybe you could have gotten a couple of bad vegetables, but out of all of the fields, like it is like the sun helped it a lot. Because again, I want to emphasize that there are two sun cards in this reading. So again, King of Wands, two sun cards, and the Strength card. Another fire energy is the Emperor card. And then you have the Knight of Cups with the Wheel of Fortune. This might be a little bit of a gamble, but I don't feel like it's a bad gamble. Because the Wheel of Fortune, it's not a super consistent energy. And I feel like it's also linked to the ways that life just moves. Like if things go right, life is still moving. If things aren't so great, life is still moving. There's just that way of keeping up with a certain pace, and I feel like it could be motivating. Because since there's like a discussion already going on, it seems like more of a aggressive discussion with the King of Coins and Knight of Coins of what again the long term and short term goals are. Um, like you want to be specific and something that's doable and reachable. It's good to have a time frame again with being specific. So with having a short-term and long-term goal or multiple, it might keep you motivated. And even when you're in group discussions, there can be, well, it's times where you can share advice, share perspectives. There's a lot of critical thinking that comes along with it, and there might be differences of opinion because of that. But um, again, with the flip side of the coin, well, I never said that, but the Two of Pentacles can also be that too, with those types of adjustments. So, um, when you have two people or like a group of people that have that type of situation going, I wouldn't be surprised if there are any debates that come along with it. But you hold your own and you protect your own too. So I feel that can be linking with the Knight of Cups because there's some intuitive or like feeling that the knight wants to go for. And because with the cups, it especially with the younger suit, the younger energies or archetypes, it wouldn't be surprising if they kind of followed their heart on something, or there might be like a gut instinct. It does talk about the environment, so there's a clear your space and outdoors that come along. Archangel Jopiel, go outside, get some fresh air, and connect with nature to relieve stress and gain new creative ideas. With Jopiel, Archangel Jopiel, clear your space, get rid of clutter, clear the energy around you, and use feng shui. With feng shui, there might be an adjustment or like something that adapts. I feel like it really can be linked to the Two of Pentacles and the Page of Wands. But with the Page of Wands, it's like kind of an all fired up energy that there's still that motivation. Again, with having sorry, I keep going back to it. Again, with having like long-term and short-term goals, when you have maybe a checklist or things that help monitor that type of progress, um, even when you're not finished or get to the destination yet with the long-term goal, when you have the short-term goal, um, and you finish that one, it or you finish some things off the checklist on either one, it still like kind of keeps the momentum in that way. Then you have chakra clearing, Archangel Metatron. Call upon me to clear and open your chakras using sacred geometric shapes. And victory. Archangel Saldaphon, your prayers have been heard and answered, have faith. So even this one's a victory. And with chakra clearing and using geometric shapes, it kind of like reminds me of math. And I was talking about it because we do have some math that we're doing in the course, or a lot of it. That's what it was mainly this week. Sorry, I had to go to the bathroom. So it just seems like not needing to stray away too far from the answer. Like with math, you have like a answer. And I feel like it's linked to the Wheel of Fortune. So that could be with the goals, and that could be like, how much is this going to cost me? There's something with traveling. Oh, I said traveling. I was going to say planning, but planning traveling and being able to meet those goals. And there's like something that is growing or like is prosperous with it. So I'm going to have the reading end here. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in another reading.